One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. As we have now finished up the district schedule, the McAlester Buffaloes are tuning some things before they start off the regional tournament next week in Collinsville. It's the McAlester Buffaloes and the Pryor Tigers today at Mike Deak Field in beautiful McAlester, Oklahoma. Who will emerge victorious? We're about to find out. Hello and welcome to Mike Deak Field. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, coming to you live on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, the KNED app, as well as video streaming online on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. I'm alongside Austin Wheat here today.
Howdy.
Thank you. In this non-district matchup here between the McAlester Buffaloes and the Pryor Tigers. Again, non-district matchup, McAlester and Pryor. District play is all wrapped up for these two teams. Pryor, they're going to be hosting a regional. They're hosting the regional with the Coweta Tigers, the Will Rogers Ropers, and the Del City Eagles. McAlester, they will be going to the Collinsville Regional next week with Grove and Tulsa Memorial. So McAlester finished 4th in 5A4, and the Pryor Tigers finished 2nd in 5A3. Looking at these two teams, we'll start off with the McAlester Buffaloes, and this is something that's kind of interesting about these two teams right now. Both teams are coming off of a series in which they were in the driver's seat to finish in a better spot in their respective districts. Pryor was undefeated going in their district play, going into the Collinsville series. Collinsville swept them. Collinsville had to sweep to get the 5A3 crown, and that is what they did. McAlester, they needed to just win one game against the Coweta Tigers to finish third and get a little bit maybe more favorable regional outlook, and they lost 2 to the Coweta Tigers. So they're both looking to get on the right track. They're both looking to end a 3-game losing streak. Both teams are in a 3-game losing streak right now, and the last 8 or so games for each one of these teams haven't been what they wanted it to be. So both of these teams, looking less than a week away from regional tournament, are looking to fine-tune some things, get some momentum, get some confidence going into the biggest week of the season thus far, which would be, of course, with your season on the line in about 6 days. So, starting off with the Pryor Tigers, last year they were 28-12. McAlester did play the Pryor Tigers last year. It was a non-district play on Alumni Day. That was April 8th, and the Buffaloes fell to the Pryor Tigers 9-5. Now, Pryor, they ended up making it to the state quarterfinals, but they lost to the state runner-ups. So they beat Berry Hill 3-2 to advance the state. They lost in quarterfinals to Blanchard in a classic 14-13 in extra innings. Blanchard would go on to the state title in 4A, but they would lose to Tuttle 4-3. So losing in extra innings, they lost to the team that lost to the state champion by only 1 run. Pryor returned 7 starters from a year ago, from last year's starting 9 to this year's starting 9 against the Buffaloes. They are up from 4A to 5A, and they gave 5A3 a run for their money and just came up 1 game shy of winning the 5A3 district. We're going to go ahead and look at our starting lineups for the Pryor Tigers. For those listening on radio, they're wearing their blue caps with the blue jerseys. Looks like the gold/yellowish numerals on the front and back with the yellow logo, and also that's like a pirate logo. If you've ever seen the Pittsburgh Pirates logo, that's what it looks like on the front, as well as their bill and the gray pants. 1 through 9 looks like this, led by head coach Gerald Osborne. Leading it off, the shortstop, number 1, Sergio Banuelos at short. Batting second, the pitcher, number 3, Gavin Roberts on the mound. Batting third, the center fielder, number 8, Riley Hurst in center field. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 7, Ryder King at first. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 15, Clinton Stoller, the DH for the third baseman, number 4, Colby McClelland at third base. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 5, that is Brock Ward in right field. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 17, Carter Sloan in left field. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 33, Carson Kennedy at second. And batting ninth and rounding out the starting 9 for the Tigers, the catcher, number 34, Trenton Mallory behind the plate. Now for the McAlester Buffaloes, 18-13 on the year, led by head coach Justin Mullins. 1 through 9 looks like this. Leading it off, the right fielder, number 21, Aiden Shumway in right. Batting second, playing shortstop, number 2, Caden Lesnow at short. Batting third, playing first base, number 6, Gannon Mullins at first. Batting fourth, catching today, number 8, Braden Phillips behind the plate. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb at second. Batting sixth, playing center field, number 10, Ethan Watkins in center. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 3, Jackson Lowerman in left. Batting eighth, playing at the hot corner, the third baseman, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel at third. And batting ninth and rounding out the starting 9 for the Buffaloes, the designated hitter, number 5, Jordan Clark, the DH for the pitcher, number 9, Max Harmon Harmon on the bump for the Buffaloes. McAllister's wearing their black and gold hats, the gold bill with the black caps. They're also wearing their gold jerseys with the buffs and black across the front and black numerals on the back. And McAllister's also wearing their black pants as well. We have overcast skies in McAllister today. The high around first pitch time is 79. It's only going to drop down to about 76. It's really humid. It feels kind of mucky outside is what it feels like. And wind gusts are around 20 to 25 miles per hour. But when we do have steady winds and those gusts go away, it's around 12 miles per hour today. If you're wondering about the rain, it was supposed to rain pretty much all day today until we got to today. And thank goodness, because now the rain gets to stay away and we get to play a little bit. The chances of rain go up to about 25% at 8 p.m., and by 9 p.m. they go up to 40%. So hopefully we can get this game, as we have, I believe, just one today, we can get this game in before the rain comes into Pittsburgh County. We'll take a break as we're just about ready to go, or they're about to announce the starting lineups on the PA. They will also have our national anthem coming up here momentarily. You're listening to McAllister Baseball here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAllister and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200.
Graduation is only a month away.
And Fenton Nissan in McAllister has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at FentonNissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAllister. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAllister location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAllister and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAllister. Call 918-426-6571.
Beat the heat with American
Go Buffs.
Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAllister Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAllister. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks.
Hey guys,
for your
it's Sam
business.
from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAllister and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAllister and Eufaula, and let us make it happen for you.
The best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to McAllister, Oklahoma, here at Mike Deak Field. We're about to have our national anthem as we are having the Pryor Tigers and the McAllister Buffaloes on deck. We have our moment of silence right now, and then we'll have our national anthem right after this.
Thank you. And now, to honor America and the brave women and men serving our country throughout the world, please join in the playing of our national anthem.
It's about time for baseball here in Pittsburgh County. The McAlester Buffaloes have already taken the field. Let's look around the diamond for them defensively. We have Mullins at first base, Stinchcomb at second, at shortstop, Mr. Caden Lesnow, Hodgel at third, in the outfield, Lauerman in left, Watkins in center, Shumway in right in the battery for the Buffs. Today, we have Braden Phillips behind the plate and Max Harmon on the mound. Harmon has gone and had 5 decisions this year. He's 2-3 with his record, 29 1/3 innings pitched, 6.68 ERA, has struck out 16 and walked 20. And the righty junior will step on the rubber as he'll prepare to take on the Pryor Tigers. So McAlester this season, again, 18-13. We're about to have our first pitch brought to you by Big V Feed Center. See Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Chakota Wholesale Feed Company in Chakota for your spring feeding program needs. Let us know where you're listening or watching from today on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. You can let us know again on Twitter, or if you just call it X, it's again at Buff Sports Radio. Or you can let us know on Facebook underneath our last post. Again, that's facebook.com/McAlester Radio. You should see the big MB logo that's for McAlester Baseball. Again, just let us know one of those two places, but Twitter is probably the best way that I'll be able to get you guys a shout-out today. McAlester, again, 18-13. Pryor, 21-11. Pryor finished second in District 5A3. McAlester finished fourth. We were one game away, whether it be a Pryor loss or a McAlester win, depending on whichever the other team did. We were one game away from having these two teams in a regional together next week. But since the Collinsville win and the McAlester loss put them in different regionals, we're having this game today. So Pryor on the season, again, we mentioned it right before we went to commercial break. Both these teams are riding a 3-game losing streak right now. Pryor has lost 5 out of their last 8. McAlester, 3-game losing streak. They lost 6 out of their last 7. Both teams are looking for a confidence boost, some momentum to go into next week, to go into regionals, and McAlster's hoping that this can be it. Again, we already told you about our first pitch sponsor. It is Harmon and Banuelos up at the mound, or up at the plate. Harmon on the mound. Righty on righty matchup. We'll get to Austin Weed after this first pitch. Here's the windup. And the first pitch of the day is a fastball outside corner, strike one, and it's baseball time in the Heartland. Yes, Austin.
I was just going to say you already got your first listener.
I do. I know. I got my first listener here. We had Brian checking in.
It popped up on my screen over here. So
the 0-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. Yet Brian in Florida saying, "Let's go Buffaloes." Thank you for tuning in. Count is quickly to 0-2 on Banuelos.
I thought the first one was a ball. I thought you said ball. That was my bad.
0-2 is a soft line drive to the third baseman, Hodgel, who fields it cleanly for out number 1. Good start to the Buffaloes. 3 pitches and 1 out. Brings up Gavin Roberts, one of the 2 starters that I have listed from last season for the Pryor Tigers when they defeated McAlester 9-5 a season ago. Roberts was the leadoff batter. Today batting second and also pitching for the Tigers. Playing a little bit in is the third baseman, Hodgel. Wind up in the first pitch. Misses high for ball 1. Roberts grounded out to short. He also grounded to a fielder's choice at third base. He was walked and also hit by a pitch to go 0 for 2 in last year's victory over McAlester. The 1-0 misses low, and the count's now 2-0. Nobody on base. One man out, top of the first. Second batter of the game. Wind up in the 2-0 pitch. Outside corner, called strike one. Harmon back in the zone there. Buffaloes are trying to overcome, again, a series sweep against the Coweta Tigers. Lost 4-2 on Monday, 7-4 on Tuesday. The 2-1 is off the top of the bat. Rolling foul down the first baseline. It'll stay that way. Count is now even at 2-2 as Roberts will make his way back over to the box. For the Tigers, their losses to Collinsville was 6-0 on Monday and then 8-4 on Tuesday. They played Coweta, who McAlester just finished off a series with. Lost to Coweta in extra innings, 8-7. Got some pretty good wins on the season, too. We'll talk about that from Pryor after this pitch. The 2-2. Misses low, and the count's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. They beat Muskogee 6-3, which that game with McAlester went 12 innings, and they're supposed to play Muskogee next Monday in Muskogee for a rematch of that extra long marathon. As here's a high pitch that's going to walk Gavin Roberts, and in his last 3 plate appearances against the Buffaloes, he's drawn 3 free passes. That brings up Riley Hurst. Hurst last year out of the 5 spot, now batting third for the Tigers. He went 2 for 3 with an RBI single, also had a triple. Pretty good bat here for the Tigers. Looking at some more wins, they defeated the number two team in 2A in Gulf Shores, Alabama. And I always think it's funny, as here's the first pitch that misses low and outside for ball 1. I always think it's funny when, sometimes that's just how the matchups happen. When you go out of state to like Gulf Shores, Alabama, or to Arizona, you take on a team from Oklahoma.
Oh yeah,
so you travel all these miles to take on a team from inside your state.
The way it just lines up, it's like you could just stay home.
The 1-0 runner takes off for second. It's a foul ball and a pop-up into the parking lot. Counts now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. But they defeated Cashin 6-0, shut them out over in Gulf Shores. Defeated Booker T. Washington twice in districts, 12-4 and 6-3, which Booker T. ended up finishing 4th in, that was the 5A3 district. Count even at 1-1. Good lead by Roberts at first. That's not Roberts. We have a courtesy runner. Here's the 1-1 that misses high. And that'll be ball 2. Looks like that's Manley over at first base for the Tigers. Count 2-1 to the righty Riley Hurst. 2-1 pitch. This is fouled off twice. It hit the plate, and then it came back up, and then it hit on the backswing of Hurst back to the backstop. That's the second straight game we've seen that. It counts now 2-2. Looking at some more games, they defeated Claremore twice. They beat them 6-3 and then 3-2 in extra innings. And Grove they defeated twice by a combined score of 30-0, who McAlester will have in their regional next week in Collinsville. 2-2 from Harmon. Curveball misses eye level, and the count's once again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is what we saw a lot of in the game against Coweta, and it's a reason why McAlester had to go to the bullpen as quickly as they did, because the pitch count got revved up. A lot of full counts against the Coweta Tigers back on Tuesday. Our second one and 3 batters here. As the runner takes off for second, the pitch is high, so it doesn't matter on the throw to second. It's back-to-back walks. That's something McAllister's kind of struggling with this year. They still have the season advantage when you're looking at, they have more strikeouts to free passes given up, and when you're looking at free passes, I combine walks with hit by pitches there. On the season now, after those 2 walks, McAllister has 195 strikeouts as a pitching staff to 189 free passes. So just a 6 strikeout advantage there. You always want to be in the plus column there. Runners at first and second with 1 down, top of the first. Tigers threatening here early, their first to bat with a runner in scoring. First pitch from Harmon, misses high, ball 1. Ryder King is up at the plate, the first baseman, number 7.
You're always talking about how, like, from our angle, it's hard to tell sometimes on the where the ball placement is for that pitch, it's worse for me. Because, like,
as the next pitch fills the zone right at the bottom of the zone, 1 ball, 1 strike.
For the viewers, on YouTube and stuff, they can see around this corner, but me sitting back just a couple inches, there's a big wall in my way.
You do a great job, Austin.
Oh, I know.
Open stance here for King. Count is even at 1-1, and the pitch from Harmon. It's popped up sky high. This should be an infield fly. Stinchcomb is underneath it. It will be called, and it is caught anyway by Stinchcomb for out number 2. So that is now 2 down in the top of the first for the Pryor Tigers. As the fly out by the Coffeyville Community College commit brings up the DH, number 15, Clinton Stoller. DHing for the third baseman, Colby McClellan today. Tigers looking for an early lead. Runners at first and second with 2 down. Spin move from Harmon. Runners going to get back to the bag pretty easily there. Stinchcomb holding him on. Now comes off a little bit. The 2 middle infielders alternating. The first pitch swung on, missed. Late on the fastball with Stoller. Counts 0-1. But the Tigers, a lot of people have problems. I know Pryor's gone kind of back and forth from 4A to 5A in the last decade or so. So here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses high for ball 1. A lot of teams also struggle with the adjustment from going from 4A to 5A or 5A to 6A. And Pryor, even though they have a little bit more losses in the loss column, actually they don't. They have 1 less loss than they did last season. They have adjusted well to 5A baseball, or getting back into 5A baseball. 1-1, runner takes off. The pitch is going to be in the turf, and it allows 2 runners to take second and third. So a double steal gets 2 runners in scoring position, and the count 2-1 on Clinton Stoller. Harmon gets to go back to the windup now. Windup in the 2-1 pitch. Fastball missing high. Harmon's missing high quite a bit here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Every time he's really missed, and then he's tried to go back from going high, it's gone to the turf. But for the most part, Harmon's been missing up above the letters when he has been missing. The 3-1, this one's fouled straight back. And the count is 3-2 for the third batter and 5 batters here in the top of the first. Ball goes straight back really to Harmon after bouncing off the backstop. So he'll take the ball and go back to the mound. Can Harmon keep those runners stranded where they are? Keep a tie game going into the bottom half of the inning. 3-2. And it misses high, and we have the bases loaded. So it's gone line out to third, walk, infield fly, walk, and it brings up the right fielder, number 5, Brock Ward. So bases loaded here early. No score, but the Tigers trying to change that in the top of the first. Wind up in the first pitch. Can't clip the lower outside part of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. McAlester gave up 11 free passes on Tuesday, but again, that's also a big credit is the 1-0 pitch. It's popped up. Will the wind bring this back in? Phillips looks like he might have it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. The Buffaloes escape the jam. Ball was heading towards the parking lot, and then it just kind of stayed up there, and Phillips, for like the 5th time in 3 games, is able to make a catch in foul territory, and Harmon works out of trouble. 0-0 is our score heading to the bottom of the first. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Graduation is only a month away.
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Angel's Diner Steakhouse and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner Steakhouse and Pub, 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
It's the second to last home game for the McAlester Buffaloes, taking on the Pryor Tigers as we head to the bottom of the first inning, no score. We'll look around the diamond for the Tigers, but we do encourage you to come on out if you're just now tuning in and saying, hey, I haven't been able to make it to a baseball game, or I want to make it to another baseball game. Well, you're limited now to 2 games. Tomorrow is senior night against Oaktahaw. That is scheduled for 5 o'clock first pitch time. So it's going to be Aiden Shumway, Caden Lesnow, Gandon Mullins, 1-2-3 to lead off the bottom of the first for the Buffaloes after McAlester was able to work out of a bases-loaded jam in the top of the first. Starting off with Shumway. Around the diamond for the Tigers, it is King at first, Kennedy at second, Banuelos at short, McClellan at third, Sloan in the outfield and left, along with Hurst in center and Ward in right. First pitch to Shumway. Fastball low outside, strike called. Count is 0-1 to Shumway. Battery for the Tigers, you have Mallory behind the plate and Gavin Roberts on the mound as the righty deals the fastball. Misses outside this time to the righty. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Shumway went 3 for 8 in the Coweta series with an RBI in Game 1, one of the 2 runs scored by the Buffaloes. The 1-1 misses well outside again, and the count goes to 2-1. Shumway has been the team leader in batting average and on-base percentage for, I'd say, 90% of the season. Batting .440 with a .535 OBP. The 2-1 misses low and outside as they're trying to pound the outside part of the zone and stay at the knees of Shumway. He's watched 4 pitches, and 3 of them have missed outside. 3-1 is the count. Robert just giving the nod to Mallory. Here's the windup, and the righty deals the 3-1. It's a hard ground ball, left side. It's going to get past the diving glove of the third baseman McClellan, and it's a leadoff single for Aiden Shumway. And I'm done saying he stays hot because that's just what he's done all season long. He's been a fantastic contact hitter for the McAlester Buffaloes. He's been able to get on base often, and he does it again here. Brings up Caden Lesnow, who I believe, again, unofficially the team record holder for the McAlester Buffaloes in triples in a season, had his 9th unofficially on Tuesday against the Coweta Tigers.
When will they, know officially?
After the season.
I got you.
First pitch, low outside corner, strike 1. And I want to make sure I'm right. Based on what I have, I had it at 9 triples, and that would be the triples record based on what we have in the press box here.
You had it at 9? I had it at 14.
Do you keep stats?
No.
Pickoff over to first is not in time.
Like in the words of Matthew McConaughey, it sure would be cool if I did.
Caden Lesnow, down the count 0-1, nobody out. The 0-1 pitch. This one misses high, 1 ball, 1 strike to Lesnow. Those 9 triples, part of 16 extra base hits for Lesnow in the season. 43% of his hits have gone for at least a double or triple or that 1 home run he has. Also batting .370 on the year. Another pickoff over to first is not in time, which is good for second on the team. He's had a really good last 4 games. Riding a 4-game hitting streak right now and batting .440, or rather his on-base percentage at .448. Shumway takes off for second. The pitch is low. The throw to second is not in time, getting just in front of the tag from the shortstop Banuelos is Aiden Shumway with the stolen base. Shumway with his 18th stolen base of the season. He's only been caught stealing once. That was a bang-bang play, but Shumway gets into scoring position for Lesnow with the count 2-1 and nobody out. 2-1 pitch. Huge cut. Comes up empty, though. Count is even at 2-2. Lesnow with runners in scoring, .463. So he just takes it to a different level when runners are at second or third or both those bases. See if he can do it here with the count 2-2. The pitch. He slaps after one, goes to the pitcher, looks back the runner at second. That's textbook. Really good play by Gavin Roberts, and it gets the runner out over at first. It's a low outside pitch that Lesnow is really trying to protect on that. Wasn't trying to get a base hit necessarily out of that swing, but it was grounded right back to the pitcher. So the EOSC, Eastern Oklahoma State signee, grounds out to bring up the Rose State College signee. Gannon Mullins up at the plate.
That tink on the bat, that was very satisfying. That was a good one.
First pitch, low outside, ball 1. There's a couple of things that sound better than the ping of a bat. And it's the crack of a wooden bat on a ball.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one.
The 1-0,
like
right at the
thunder.
knees. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. And we'll see what happens here, but I'm hoping that I'm right. This is the other sound in baseball that's just incredibly satisfying. As Roberts comes set, the pitch. That too. Misses low, ball 2. The ball hitting the catcher's mitt is also a really satisfying sound.
Yeah, that's a good one.
2 balls, 1 strike. Roberts kicks and fires the pitch. That one misses low and outside too. 3 balls, 1 strike to Mullins. Hitters count for him, the team leader in RBIs with 25 and 2 home runs as a runner at second base in Aiden Shumway. As Roberts steps off, and we're going to have a mound visit here between Mallory and Roberts, the catcher and the pitcher. Mullins had a really good series against Coweta. McAlester didn't have a problem hitting the baseball. Mullins went 4 for 6 with an RBI. They actually out-hit Coweta in the sweep to the Tigers, 15-11. So situational hitting was probably a problem for McAlester. But in terms of getting hits, it really wasn't the issue. The 3-1, and misses low outside. Thought there might be a strike call there, but Mullins will take the walk, and we have runners at first and second with 1 down. And that brings up Braden Phillips. But the problem for McAlester was, in their losses, I would say it was 6 errors in the 2 games compared to the 1 for Coweta. McAlester gave up 14 free passes to Coweta's 5. So, in short, Coweta played much better defense than McAlester. First pitch to Phillips catches the lower outside part of the zone for strike 1. And Roberts has been trying to stay at that one spot. He hasn't attacked any other batter differently than the lower outside part of the zone. He's changed up the pitches, but he stayed in that part. 0-1. This one's fouled straight back, and the count is at 0-2. Haven't seen him gone inside on anybody. None have gone really high, but everything stayed low, and we'll have another visit here between Mallory and the pitcher Roberts as he goes to hand him another baseball. The base hit that Aiden Shumway had, he just left it too much in the middle of the plate, and Shumway took advantage. And I think with that pitch to Phillips, he did the same thing, but Phillips just couldn't line it out. Count is 0-2. Phillips batting .314 with runners in scoring. 0-2 pitch to him. Misses high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Phillips with 19 RBIs on the year has batted the entire season out of the cleanup spot. 1-2 pitch. Curveball. He's going to ring him up on the outside corner. Strike 3. And that is out number 2. Brings up to the plate Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb third on the team in batting average at .344, .392 on base percentage. He's been really good with runners and scoring at .442, but did not have an RBI in the Coweta series. He went 2 for 7. First pitch. Fastball missing upstairs. First time that we've seen a pitch miss high here. 1 ball, no strikes. Stinchcomb, 22 RBIs on the season. 5 extra base hits. Shumway gets a good jump. The ball goes behind the catcher, taking a turnaround third to Shumway as Mullins falls behind the runner Shumway to get to second and third. That's going to be a stolen base for Shumway. I know it went to the backstop, but on the exchange, Mallory tried getting it from the glove to his hand and just popped in and out of the mitt. So now the count's 2-0 here for Spencer Stinchcomb with 2 runners in scoring. Buffalo's trying to take an early lead. Bottom of the first with 2 down. 2-0 pitch. Misses up and outside for ball 3. Stinchcomb last year against the Tigers went 1 for 3, singling in his last at-bat. He also grounded out to the second baseman and the pitcher. Buffalo's had 8 hits in that game against Pryor last year. This pitch outside corner called strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Tigers beat again the Buffaloes 9-5 on April the 8th last year. And they had 9 hits to McAllister's 8. 3-1. Outside corner called strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And now Gavin Roberts a pitch away from maybe getting out of the inning. The 3-2 to Stinchcomb, and he swings and misses at ball 4. It was too high, and he swings and misses for strike 3. And the Buffaloes back-to-back strikeouts after runners at first and second, getting them over to second and third to end the first inning. We have still no score between the Tigers and the Buffs. Top of the second coming up here on KNED.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
We head to the top of the second inning, the Pryor Tigers and the McAlester Buffaloes at 0 apiece. The Pryor Tigers worked the bases loaded, but weren't able to bring any runs in the top of the first. Buffaloes got runners at second and third, but couldn't bring the runs in. So that is what has led us to a, again, 0-0 top of the second. First pitch to Carter Sloan is an outside corner. Great pitch from Max Harmon to start off the second. Strike one looking. Getting Carter Sloan, the righty, up for the Pryor Tigers. The windup from the righty, Max Harmon. And the pitch is going to be bouncing right in front of the plate. And into Phillips, the catcher, for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. There were 3 batters that hit for the Pryor Tigers from last year, but only 2 starters. That's Gavin Roberts, Riley Hurst were the starters. So here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses low and outside for ball 2. The other hitter was Carson Kennedy, who was on deck for the Tigers. He pinch hit for Jacob Couch last year out of the 9 spot. Here's the 2-1 from Harmon. Big cut, swinging and missing though with Sloan, and the count's now at 2-2. Harmon looking for his first strikeout of the evening, looking for his strikeout number 17 on the season. Gives the nod to senior Phillips, the windup and the 2-2 pitch. And just off the top of the bat, just staying alive is Sloan, and the count is still 2-2. Like a Jason Aldean song, the lights come on here in McAlester, Oklahoma. On Mike Deak Field, all the lights are on with the overcast skies that we have. Here's the 2-2, and it misses just high. Checking at it was Sloan, but he lays off, and the count's now 3-2. Another deep count here against a Tiger team. A lot of 3-2 counts here early against the Pryor Tigers. The windup and the 3-2 from Harmon. And that one misses high, and that's the 4th walk of the day so far from Max Harmon. Brings up Carson Kennedy.
Number 33, Carson Kennedy.
I mean, let's see. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's the 5th time we've seen a 3-2 count to a Pryor Tiger in their first 7 batters. First pitch showing bunt, can't get it down as Kennedy fouls it back to the backstop. Count still 0-1. Wouldn't be surprised if Kennedy tries doing it again. I mean, if you can ignore just the humidity that we have today, it's a pretty nice day in McAlester. I mean, listen to that. Even the birds are chirping.
Not like that, it really wasn't that bad to begin with.
0-1, trying to get the bunt down and still can't get it down. It's going to be fouled back into the netting, and the count's now 0-2. And some teams decide to, with 2 strikes on the batter, take their chances, still try to get the bunt down with the risk of fouling it off for strike 3. We'll see if the Tigers try to change it up here. We have seen a couple of teams this year try to bunt with 2 strikes on them. Hasn't worked out for either one of those teams. We'll get to Austin here in just a second. Here's the pickoff over to first. It's not in time. You were saying, Austin?
I was just going to say that even with the humidity and everything, it's really nice with the wind. You know, the wind's a little bit high, but that kind of cuts through that humidity in a good way. Oh.
The 0-2 pitch. Right down Broadway, strike three looking. Got him on 3 pitches, and that'll be out number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we almost had Captain No Beard show up today.
So what he's talking about there is because I don't have binoculars when I'm trying to look at something on the field. I have this thing called a telescope, but it's not like a Hubble telescope. It's not like something that like a pirate would use. It's like a miniature telescope where you only stick one eye in there. But that's what really works for me. And I don't have binoculars like everybody else kind of uses in spotting. Here's a pickoff over to first. Up at the plate is now Trenton Mallory. So I spot who I'm looking for and what I'm looking for with this little telescope. So every time that Austin is helping me out with a game and I use this sucker, so here's the first pitch, and it's right at the knee, strike one, great pitch from Harmon. Every time I use one of these, he makes some kind of pirate joke, or he'll like make his finger look like a pirate hook.
Yeah, if the game's too intense and I don't really have a moment to jump in, I'll just be like over in the corner of his eye going, "Arr."
As the 0-1 checks at it, as the pitch was high, he does go around, and that will be strike 2 to Trenton Mallory, the 9-hole batter for the Tigers. Count 0-2 on Mallory. Still a runner at first in Carter Sloan.
Davy Jones, you scurvy dog.
The 0-2 pitch is fouled off for the count to stay at 0-2. Yeah, he says stuff like that, and usually when I'm using the telescope, it's when there's a pitching change and a bunch of people go to different, positions. So he's saying that during the commercial break while I'm trying to write stuff down. That's how hard my job is if anyone didn't know. There's a lot more to it than just calling games. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball, chance to go around the horn. Hodgel over to second for 1, over to first, not in time. Can't get the double play. It went off the glove of Gannon Mullins, but I think that beating it over to first base anyway was Trenton Mallory, so it's going to go down as a 5-4 fielder's choice, but just a half step away from getting the 5-4-3 double play. But the big deal about that is it brings up the top of the order for the Pryor Tigers. With 2 down, brings up Sergio Benuelos. We do have a courtesy runner in for the Tigers, and that is number 2, Foster. Foster's running for the catcher, Trenton Mallory. Benuelos lined out softly to the third baseman, Hodgel. Big lead at first base. They'll pick off over that way, and sliding back in safely in time is Foster. I know that Foster's going to try to get into scoring position. Wouldn't doubt it for the top of their order. Takes off at the first pitch. It's high. The throw down to second from Phillips is through and into the outfield turf. Quickly getting it is Watkins. It was on line from the angle where I'm at. I couldn't tell if Stinchcomb had a play at that. Runner stays at second. The ball that Harmon threw was high, so it is 1 ball, no strikes to Benuelos. 1 ball, no strikes to the righty. 1-0 pitch. And that one misses high, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to Benuelos. Go ahead running for the Tigers in the top of the second at second with 2 down. A lot of 2s here. Harmon the pitch. Outside corner, great pitch, strike 1. When Harmon's been at his best today, he's been living off the corners. But when he's worked the walks, he's been missing up high. That outside pitch has looked pretty good from Harmon so far. 2-1. And he goes right back to that zone, strike 2. Great location. There's really not a lot that Benuelos can do with that low outside pitch, but try to take it the other way. We'll see if he goes there for a third straight pitch. The count at 2-2. Deuces wild here in the second. The pitch. Line drive down the left field line. It's going to land, and it might score a run. They wave him home. Lauerman throws in from left field. It goes to the plate, but not in time. It's an RBI single on a 2-2 pitch to Sergio Benuelos, and the Pryor Tigers take an early 1-0 lead. I think Phillips did set up on the outside. I think it just went in a little bit too much, covered a little bit too much of the plate, and that's what Benuelos used to be able to drive it into left field and give Pryor an early 1-0 lead. Brings up Gavin Roberts, trying to help out his own cause here. The pitcher for the Tigers. Worked a walk in his first plate appearance. That was the first hit by the Tigers today, starting their second time through the lineup. Runner takes off at the first pitch, and popping up was Phillips, so he looked over to second, does not throw it down. It's a called strike one, though. So runner in scoring position for Pryor. Pryor a lot like McAlester, in which I think they have a lot of speed. Really quick team is the 0-1. Right back down to the middle of the plate, strike two. They have a lot of speed, and they'll run all day on you, just like McAlester likes to do.
Their styles are very similar, like the way they play. Like you said, the speed.
Thank you. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high for ball one. Broadcasting school really paying off for you there, buddy.
Yeah, I went 2 years.
Not to learn sports, right?
No, I was in sports.
A little bit. 1-2 the count to Gavin Roberts. And here's the pitch. And he goes to the inside part of the zone, and he gets him looking for strike three. The Pryor Tigers, though, do take a lead with a 2-out RBI single from Sergio Benuelos. McAlester working from behind. They'll have Ethan Watkins, Jackson Lauerman, and Gunnar Hodgel up when we return here on KNED.
Here
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna. Even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel. And the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Leading off for the Buffaloes, number 10.
Starting off the bottom of the second inning, the McAlester Buffaloes bring up Ethan Watkins as McAlester trails 1-0. First pitch to Watkins misses outside for ball one, and that's the start of the bottom of the second. Again, Tigers scored one on an RBI single with 2 down by Sergio Benuelos. Buffaloes trying to strike back here as the 1-0 misses down low and outside for ball two. Ethan Watkins hit one of his, I believe, 3 home runs a season ago against the Pryor Tigers. He struck out, hit the home run, flew out to left, which I think that one almost left the yard too, and then grounded out to the third baseman. 2-0. Misses high for ball 3. If you can get Watkins on base, watch him fly. He'll take off for second too. Watkins 17 stolen bases on the year, the 3-0 pitch, and he'll work a 4-pitch walk. So 4 pitches to start the bottom of the second will give Ethan Watkins his team-leading 24th walk of the year. That's his 30th free pass. As Watkins now up there with his on-base percentage, good for second on the team. Came in today at .469. Jackson Lauerman tries to bring him in if Watkins can get to second base. Roberts comes set. First pitch, Watkins doesn't go anywhere. Shows bunt, pulls back, strike one. Or excuse me, ball one. What am I saying? Ball one. And time will be called, and we'll have a mound visit here with the pitcher Roberts. We'll take a 30-second break and be back here on KNED.
Graduation is only a month away,
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at FentonNissan.com.
Just a mound visit here as the McAlester Buffaloes have a runner at first. 5 straight balls from Gavin Roberts led to a mound visit here as Lauerman was showing bunt, pulled back. See what Watkins does over at first base. If they still have the bunt down, I don't know if he'll take off right away. 1-0, shows bunt, gets it down. It's a push bunt. It's going to be trouble. It's bobbled by the first baseman, and it's going to be an infield single, I believe, by Jackson Lauerman on the push bunt, right past the pitcher. First baseman King went after it. It is awarded a hit by the Buffaloes on the bottom of the second on the scoreboard. So Jackson Lauerman works a bunt single, his second of the season for Gunnar Hodgel with runners at first and second. Hodgel went 2 for 6 in the Coweta series with an RBI, but I think he hit the ball hard pretty much every time he made contact. Buffaloes have something brewing here with runners at first and second and nobody out. And it's another bunt situation. Showing bunt was Hodgel, pulling back as it caught the lower outside part of the zone for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, the count. Should be another bunt attempt, I think, here by Hodgel. As Robert steps off the rubber. Buffalo's down by 1. It's not. He's swinging, and this will be fouled off for strike 2. So showed a bunt the first time, then swung the second time. Count is at 0-2 on Gunnar Hodgel, batting .302 on the season, .427 on base percentage, 18 RBIs, .393 batting average with runners of scoring, but he's down in the count 0-2. And the pitch. Fastball outside corner, got him on 3 pitches. With the backwards K, that's the third strikeout of the day for Gavin Roberts. And it brings up Jordan Clark. Clark went 1 for 4 against the Tigers. Worked 2 walks, though, at the bottom of the order. Great jump by Lauerman. He's going to try to take third. He'll do so with ease. That's a fantastic jump by Jackson Lauerman to get over to third. Excuse me, that's Ethan Watkins. Ethan Watkins with a great jump to get over to third. Lauerman follows behind him from first over to second. Count is 0-1 on Jordan Clark with 1 down. Next pitch, outside corner, called strike 2. Buffaloes are going to have to adjust. It's been outside corner this entire time from Gavin Roberts, and the Buffaloes are going to need to know that they need to protect the outside part of the plate, because so far they're just not doing it very well. 0-2 pitch. This one misses way too far outside, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clark had 1 at bat against the Tigers last year, struck out in that, so he's trying to strike back against Pryor. Came in to hit for Lauerman at the time, as he also pitched in that game. Spin move, they'll look over to second, they'll fake the throw, and see what happens with Watkins, which Watkins just gets back to the third base bag. Clark down in the count, 1-2, and the pitch. Outside curveball, misses. Count now at 2-2. Clark with 5 RBIs on the year, trying to tie the game right now for the Buffs. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball, pops it up, and this one's going to get well out of play. Clark staying alive, and the count even at 2-2. Clark also had a double. His 1 hit against the Tigers was a double down the third base line, and it was smoked. That was over in Coweta on Monday. Buffs could use something similar here from the sophomore. 2-2 pitch. Fastball well outside, works into ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Gavin Roberts. Coming set. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball. Oh, they rung him up on what looked like it could have been ball 4. But they called the lower outside part of the zone for strike 3, and it's back-to-back strikeouts. And backwards K's at that. McAlester struck out looking. 3 out of their 4 strikeouts today. 4 out of their 5 outs have been strikeouts. So McAllister's got to turn the page on this. Aiden Shumway back at the top of the order. The only hit so far for the Buffaloes. First pitch, he goes with a curveball, and it's going to be lined straight back into the glove of the pitcher Roberts. So McAllister had runners at first and second with nobody out, moved them over to second and third with 1 down, and cannot bring them in. And the Buffaloes still trail the Pryor Tigers 1-0 as we head to the top of the third here on KNED.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571.
Beat the
Go
heat
Buffs!
with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare. Your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare. Your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Leading off the top of the third inning, center fielder number 8, Riley Hurst.
Buffalo so far today 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, and that's why they still trail the Tigers 1-0. Tigers, I believe, are just, they're 0 for 2, as that brings up now to start off the top of the third, Riley Hurst. His first pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. Take that back there, 1 for 3 with runners in scoring. Sergio Banuelos hit an RBI single with a runner at second to give the Tigers the lead back in the second. Next pitch to Hurst is going to be fouled off, and the count is now at 0-2. So 0-2, top of the third inning. Buffalo's down 1-0 to Pryor. Hurst worked a walk his last time up. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and this one's fouled off towards the backstop again. I will say, though, with the exception of the walk so far, Harmon is living in a good part of the zone. He is, when he's thrown his strikes, he's been right where Phillips has wanted him. The 0-2. This one fouls it off, and we'll do it again at 0-2. I believe that's 3 consecutive foul balls here from the righty Hurst. And Hurst walked, RBI single, triple, and a fly out to right last year against McAlester to go 2 for 3 with a ribby. 0-2 pitch. Curveball never left the hand right there of Harmon, just missed high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The only issue on Harmon's walks is when he's been missing up high. Here's the 1-2. This one's popped up and out of play. That one was a little bit more letter high. I think that Harmon might have gotten away with that pitch. Hurst in protect mode was able to foul it off. It keeps the count at 1-2. He went to the inside part of the zone to strike out Gavin Roberts. I wonder if McAlester switches it up and goes from the outside back to the inside. Which it looks like that's what Phillips is about to do. The pitch. It again goes about letter high, and it's fouled right back into the backstop. Count still at 1-2. Phillips is trying to aim there right at the knees, I think. Again, just left it a little bit too high. Again, Phillips getting really down there. The 1-2 pitch does miss down there, and laying off it is Hurst, and the count is at 2-2. Not a bad 1-2 pitch, though.
No.
Hurst was swinging at a lot of pitches that time. He just laid off on a good 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Chopper up the middle. Chance for a single as it's a dive from Les now, and it slow rolls into the outfield. He'll try to take 2. Shumway barehands it, throws to second, throws it high. He's in there in time with a double. It was a diving attempt by Les now that slow rolled into the outfield after a hit off the top of his glove, and it's a hustle double by Riley Hurst.
To the plate, number 7, Ryder King.
And it brings up Ryder King. That's a good at-bat by Hurst. And really the base hit, I mean, Harmon, I feel like with that at-bat, you can't really complain too much. That's more of a tip of the cap there to King. Excuse me, Hurst. Ryder King is up at the plate right now. He popped up into an infield fly. First time up. First pitch in the turf for ball 1. Do I think Harmon maybe missed some of the spots in that last at bat? I mean, yeah. I mean, no one. I don't think there's a lot of pitchers that can just pinpoint exactly where they're going to be with every single pitch. But Harmon had a really good at bat there against Hurst. He just won the battle. So here's a high hit fly ball going to left center field, still carrying. Watkins on the run into the alleyway, makes the running catch for out number 1. He's been so good in center field over the last few weeks, hasn't he? Great catch by Ethan Watkins, showing off the speed and the glove to make the catch in the alleyway to bring up Clinton Stoller. That takes away extra bases and also takes away another run for the Tigers. It's still 1-0 top of the third with 1 down. Runner at second for Pryor. First pitch to Stoller. In the turf, runner takes off with it in the turf. The throw down to third is not in time. Sliding just in front of the tag by Hodgel is Hurst, and now a fly ball into the outfield, similar to the one that King hit, or even a little bit not as deep, should score the run. Infield will come in on the infield turf, trying to keep the game at just 1 run. McAllister's been able to, again, get runners in scoring position. They just have not been able to get a hit yet with one there offensively, as this pitch misses down low for ball 2. Buffaloes didn't have that problem early against Coweta. When they took their 4-1 lead going into the 5th, I think for the most part, they were batting around 500 with runners in scoring. The problem was the rest of the game. 2-0. Misses up high for ball 3. Yeah, the problem with it was the rest of the game. After they had a new pitcher come in, McAllister could not figure out this lefty that had a really good sidearm. I believe his last name was Barnes, Braxton Barnes, I want to say. He also had a really good 3/4 slot arm action, and McAllister could not figure him out at all. 3-0, misses down low, and that'll be ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Clinton Stoller. He's walked twice, brings up Brock Ward.
Now batting right fielder, number 5.
So when McAllister gave up their lead and it went to 6-4 at the time, Buffaloes just didn't have any opportunities with runners in scoring position because they weren't getting anybody on base, really. Today it's a different story. They're getting, early at least, they're getting people on base and moving them into runners into scoring position, but not getting that timely hit. Brock Ward fouled out to the catcher. This one, if the backstop was a little bit deeper, maybe you have a chance, but this one's fouled off over to the grandstand for strike 1. Ward, the right fielder for the Tigers, has got runners at the corners. Now the middle infielders scoot back into double play depth. If it's hit to them to try to roll it, get out of the inning. 31 move, pick off over to first. Trying to see if the runner at first takes off a little bit early. Again, mentioned it in the last inning. The Tigers take off quite a bit. At least they've been showing it here early and taking off often. Not a bad time to go for the pickoff move there. The 0-1, runner stays put, pitches low, and that'll be ball 1. 1-1 strike now to Brock Ward. There have been 2 walks issued by Robert so far. There have been 5 walks issued by Max Harmon. 1-1. Foul back into the glove of the catcher Phillips, and the count's now at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brock Ward. And strikeout here would be huge for the Buffalo defense. Carter Sloan is on deck. He walked his first time up. 1-2 from Harmon. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the low fastball, looked like there, for strike 3. And that brings up Carter Sloan. And now McAllister can kind of back up. They can breathe a little bit. They can know they just got to knock it down, and if there's an easier play at second, go at second. If there's an easier play to throw across the diamond, do that. Now they can kind of play back a little bit. First pitch, nope. We're going to have another 31 move. This time neither runner kind of straying off the bag. Again, Sloan worked to walk his first time up. That free pass eventually led to the run that scored in the second. First pitch, fouled straight back, strike 1. And it went in the second inning that led to the Pryor run. It went walk, strikeout. Chance for the double play, but just quick enough was Trenton Mallory down the first base line. it went 5-4 fielder's choice. The very next batter, after a stolen base, Sergio Benuelos drove in the go-ahead run at the time. The 0-1 runner takes off for second. The pitch is in the turf. Really no play for Phillips, even if he wanted to go down to second. Now there's no force out anywhere, and the count is now 1-1 against the righty Sloan. To the windup goes Harmon, and the pitch. As the changeup, that looks very similar, and I mean very similar to the strikeout that Jordan Clark got with the backwards K. Does not get the call there, though, and the count goes to 2-1. That was a pretty close zone. I think it is low, but that's a lot. That's really close to the pitch that struck out Clark. Here's off the top of the bat. It's a slow roller to Stinchcomb on the very next pitch, and he'll flip it over to first in time for the out. Won't matter anyway. So the Buffaloes end up getting out of trouble again, and they still trail 1-0 as we head to the home half of the third. Again, Tigers 1, Buffalo 0 here on KNED.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your
guys,
business.
It's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mike Deak Field. We got Tigers versus the Buffaloes.
That's the first pitch curveball. Misses high to Caden Less now for ball 1. Buffaloes are trailing 1-0 going to the bottom of the third. Great job bringing us in from that.
It was going to be a lot better, but they had already started.
The 1-0, high hit fly ball from Lesnow. In the middle of the field, could be trouble as it hangs up there. It's caught by the right fielder in the center fielder area. Ward grabs it away from Hurst. Don't see that too often, but that'll be out number 1. And it brings up Gannon Mullins.
It feels like lately we've been going up against a lot of teams that are just like, maybe not the fastest at getting ready in between innings, you know, but definitely like they don't waste no time.
They work pretty quickly.
Yeah, in a good way.
First pitch low and outside to Mullins for ball 1. I think Mullins worked a 4-pitch walk his last time up, so I think he's only seen 5 pitches so far. The 1-0. The next one misses low and outside again. I think he's seen 6 pitches, and all 6 of them have been balls so far. Only 2 walks, though, from Gavin Roberts, and they have both been 4-pitch walks. 2-0. That one misses outside, too. Ball 3. And he hasn't really had trouble with command with the exception of Gannon Mullins and Ethan Watkins. I don't know what it is. Some people are starting to bark. This isn't a thunder. This isn't a thunder game. The 3-0 pitch, and it's a 4-pitch walk. The only 3 walks, again, to my memory, again, I'm getting older, from Gavin Roberts have been 4-pitch walks. 2 of them to Gannon Mullins and 1 of them to Ethan Watkins. Other than that, he's been great. Braden Phillips comes up. Backwards K to him the first time up. Neither team really doing very well with runners in scoring position, but the difference is the Pryor Tigers have 1 hit with runners in scoring. That has been the difference in the game. And then just like that, after the 4-pitch walk to Mullins, back to the strike zone is Gavin Roberts outside corner to Braden Phillips. Sometimes it's just certain batters that can kind of throw you off, and I think that might be Mullins and Watkins here early to Roberts. Looks over at first, not much of a lead by Mullins. The 0-1 pitch, swings and misses at a ball down the turf on the curveball. And the count's now at 0-2. Phillips last year batted out the cleanup spot, too. He went 1 for 4 against the Tigers, singling in his first at-bat. He grounded out to short after that and then flew out to first base twice. Today, again, 0 for 1 so far, and down on the count 0-2. The pitch. Line drive, right field. It could land, and it will. One hopper into the right fielder. That is Ward, and getting over to second base is Gannon Mullins. That was one of those in-betweeners there for the right fielder, Ward. Braden Phillips will get the single third base hit of the day for the Buffaloes. Now, Ward could have attempted to maybe dive for that ball, but if he dives for it and misses it, that will score a run easily. So I think he played it safe there and just took the hop and took the base hit. They bring up Spencer Stinchcomb. Because if you don't get to that, this turf will let it roll all the way to the wall, and McAlester with enough speed where Phillips is going to easily get a triple, and it could be, with the outfield shifted to the left, could have been inside the Parker. First pitch to Stinchcomb. Misses low and outside with the ball. Ball 1. Runners at first and second with 1 down. Again, McAlester so far today is 0 for 6 with runners in scoring. Trying to flip that here today. 1-0 pitch. Pops it up, and will it stay in play? Wynn's trying to bring it back. No. It's going to land right behind the press box, and now the count's at 1-1 on Stinchcomb. McAlester as a team hasn't done too bad with runners in scoring. They're batting .341 with runners in scoring on the season. Just so far today, looking for that first base hit there. Outfield is playing deep against Stinchcomb with the wind blowing out to left field. And they got Mullins picked off. They'll fire over to third. Running back over to second. And he goes over to first. Now Phillips behind is in a run down. They'll throw back over to first as now Phillips is caught in between. And he's out over in between the first and second base bag. Mullins got picked off at first. Mullins got out of the rundown. Phillips went too far thinking, should I take second base if he gets out? And then he was the one that was caught in the rundown after he was out of it. So Phillips really wasn't the one that was quote-unquote picked off. Mullins was, but he got back in safely. But Phillips was way too far off the bag, and he was left in no man's land. Now there are 2 down. The 1-1 pitch. Chasing a high fastball, fouling it off. A Stinchcomb, and now the count's at 1-2. So now instead of a chance to really make this another inning here for McAlester, they got to get a 2-out base knock to try to tie the game. The opportunities have been there for the Buffaloes. They have not taken the reins yet so far. Trying to change it, though. 1-2. Outside corner, called strike 3. And the Buffaloes 0 for 7 with runners in scoring so far through the first 3 innings. And some base running mistakes there by the Buffaloes also led to one of those outs. McAlester will head to the top of the 4th inning. Still trailing the Pryor Tigers. Still well in this game, 1-0. But have got to start getting offensive production here as we start to head to the middle parts of the game. Again, 1-0 our score here on K.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Graduation is only a month away.
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes are trailing the Pryor Tigers 1-0 right now as we head to the top of the 4th inning. McAlester 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and again, they're just riding a low right now. I think kind of both teams, like we mentioned, Pryor is in a 3-game losing streak, so is McAlester, but the Buffaloes trying to kind of get a rhythm here as the first pitch misses up high for ball 1 to the new batter, Carson Kennedy, who's 0 for 1 with the backwards K. Defense has been fine, and like I said, there's been some free passes given up defensively here. As the 1-0 is a ground ball up the middle. Sliding stop by Lust now pops up, fires over to, left of the first base bag, and can't complete the throw as he was trying to fire it home. Fire it over to first. And even though it was a diving grab by Lust now popping back up to throw over to first, they're going to roll that one and hit on here on the scoreboard. Like I said, it was almost a fantastic play by Lust. Just as he got back up to his feet and fired about as hard as he could over to first base, it was too far down the first base line, so it's a single here to Carson Kennedy on a ground ball that went behind the second base bag. But as I was saying, no, the defense has been pretty good for McAlester. The problem has been some free passes. That's led only 1 run scored, though. First pitch, showing bunt, pulling back is Mallory for ball 1. But the Buffaloes have just not been able offensively, again, 0 for 7 with runners and scoring. They've been able to get their base hits. They have the same amount of hits as the Tigers. Now, fortunately for them, they've been able to make the certain plays defensively. And the pitches from Max Harmon with some trouble here because, like I said, Pryor hasn't been that much better with runners in scoring position today. They just have had that one hit that McAlester has not gotten. And what I mean by low, what I was bringing into this inning, I want to further tell myself as there was a runner taken off for second. The pitch is high, the throw into second is not in time. Is the steal of second for Carson Kennedy. They have a runner in scoring position with nobody out in the count 2-0 on Trenton Mallory. He showed bunt the last 2 attempts and then pulled back for both those pitches to miss. What I mean by low is McAllister's just trying to ride a rhythm or ride a wave of momentum, and they can't catch any right now. So next pitch misses up high for ball 3. They need a spark is what it just really feels like. And they're getting the base hits, but they need that one big hit to really feel like, okay, we got a little bit of a spark now. Next pitch from Harmon fills the zone for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. They need one big inning against a good team like the Pryor Tigers. Haven't had it yet. 3-1 pitch. And this one is fouled off. And the count moves to 3-2. Doesn't mean they can't get it. And like I said, their defense is keeping them in this game right now. Count full with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wind trying to shift directions. It's now blowing almost in from right center field. Kind of right towards the left field foul pole. Little spin move. Runner goes right back over to second base. It's supposed to rain later on tonight. Chance of rain goes up to about 25% in about an hour, and then 40% an hour after that. The 3-2 is fouled off again. Still staying alive is Mallory. On deck is Banuelos, who has 1 for 2 with an RBI single, the difference in the game so far.
We're going to play today until the rain.
I hope not. I hope we get it in before the rain. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Max Harmon gets Mallory swinging, and that'll be out number 1. Brings up Sergio Banuelos, who is lined out to the third baseman and singled into left field.
You remember that game last year that we played that it rained during the game?
Like all game?
Yeah, from start to finish it was rain. But it was a very light mist. But, I mean, everything was soaked by the end of it.
I want to say it was the last home game for McAlester a season ago. First pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. Hard hit, but it's straight to Stinchcomb, who fires over to the first baseman Mullins in time for out number 2. And that will move the runner over from second to third and brings up Gavin Roberts, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. So Roberts, the pitcher today for the Tigers, trying to help out his own cause here. He has struck out, 5 out of the 9 outs recorded so far for the Buffaloes. So the first pitch is in there for strike 1 to Roberts. Buffalo's trying to leave the runner stranded at third. The windup and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses high, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harmon working out of the windup with a runner at third and 2 down. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, softly hit center field, and it will one hop into Watkins, and the Buffaloes fall 2-0 now to the Pryor Tigers in the top of the 4th inning. As Gavin Roberts just a softly hit line drive, that's all it needs to be able to bring in that run. McAllister's been looking for a hit like that so far with similar situations and have not gotten that, and Roberts is able to help out his own cause on the mound to bring up Riley Hurst. Manley now running for Roberts, as that's the courtesy runner. Pickoff over to first is not in time. Now batting is, again, Riley Hurst. Hurst has doubled and walked. His double was a weird double. I mean, you can put kind of a star by it. It was a line drive up the middle that Les now nearly made a great play on. As he dove up the middle of the field. First pitch runner takes off. It's going to be low, and it's, again, no chance at second base. Sliding in there with the stolen base is Manley. Runner in scoring position now for Hurst. But it was a ground ball right up the middle beyond the second base bag. Les now dove for it, the shortstop, if you're a Pryor fan. And it hit off the top of his glove and rolled into the right field area. As this one's going to be softly hit on a chopper. It has some English to it, but staying with it is the first baseman, Mullins. That ball actually was hit off the bat and landed in foul territory and then rolled back into fair. And then when it hit again off the turf, it bounced back to the left. So that was kind of funky there for Gannon Mullins, but he stays with it and gets the out for out number 3. But the Tigers do strike again, this time from Gavin Roberts with an RBI single. Buffalo's looking to cash in the home half of the 4th, as it'll be Ethan Watkins, Jackson Lauerman, and Gunnar Hodgel up to the plate 6, 7, 8 as we've played half a 7-inning game. Again, 2-0 McAllister trails here on K.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571.
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAllister Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Watkins.
To the home half of the 4th we go. Buffalo's looking to get some momentum here. It's the first pitch to Ethan Watkins, misses down low and outside for ball 1. Watkins worked to walk only one of the 3 walks that Gavin Roberts has allowed so far today. As this one's hard hit down the third base line, it's going to be fair down the line. Rounding first will be Watkins looking for a leadoff double. The throw in from left field, not in time, standing there as it hopped over the third base bag with the double is Ethan Watkins. So again, McAllister getting to the second and third base area. That has not been the problem so far for the black and gold. It's being able to drive those guys in. And it's up to the bottom of the order right now for McAllister to try to do it. Jackson Lauerman laid down a really good push bunt that went past the pitcher Roberts and right in between him and King that got him over at first base at the time. Buffalo's had runners at first and second with nobody out, but it went strikeout, line out to the pitcher to end the McAllister threat. Can they strike here in the 4th? Showing bunt can't get it down as he was trying to push it again. It was Lauerman, and that's strike 1. First baseman King is playing in on the infield turf. Third baseman McClellan playing even with the third base bag. Roberts looks back at second base. He'll spin and throw. This one gets into the outfield. Watkins taking off for third immediately, and he'll get there with ease. That's our first error of the game. I'll go down as knee 1. The Buffaloes had the tying run up at the plate. A runner at third with nobody out. This is McAllister's chance to kind of give themselves some momentum that we were mentioning as this next pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. Again, McAllister's got to adjust to the outside pitches. Roberts, that's where he's been living. All of his backwards Ks have been on the outside corner. Same way that we saw with the Quita Tigers back on Tuesday. His time is called by Jackson Lowerman. McAllister was okay with the outside corner for a little bit in the first 3 innings, but then as the game progressed, they just had trouble with the outside pitch. The 0-2 pitch goes back to the outside. Curveball low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good eye by Lowerman, keeping it himself alive and keeping the count at 1-2 now. Again, Watkins hoping the ball can maybe get past Mallory. Great stop there. 1-2. Curveball outside, missing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I've only seen, I believe, just 1 pass ball from Mallory, but that was on an attempt of a throw to second. Count at 2-2. The pitch, fastball, missing outside. Count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count full, Lowerman trying to win the battle. Infield is deep with the count at 3-2. The pitch. And it misses outside, and Lowerman draws the walk. We've got runners at first and third with nobody out. Tying run is on the base pass for the Buffaloes for Gunnar Hodgel. Tying run, trying to do math here, 270 feet away? Am I just dumb and I can't do math right? Yeah, that's right, 270 feet away. 270 feet around the base paths away. That's why math is important, kids. Gunnar Hodgel digs into the box, all the way back in the box, struck out looking his first time up. Looking to get the biggest hit so far today for the Buffaloes. They'll pick off over to first. Sliding back in safely is Lowerman. Lowerman at first, Watkins at third. Lowerman on the year so far with 10 stolen bases. Really good lead at first base. Roberts waits, quick throws over to first on the pickoff, and again back in is Lowerman. This is where the energy in the game can change.
Well, it's like you said earlier, Brandon, that spark.
Yep.
Starting to kind of see a little glow.
First pitch called outside strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Buffaloes are going to have to protect that outside part of the plate. Again, Mallory has lived there. Roberts has fired there. They could set up a property there because that is where they have succeeded. As this one's lined over the right side. It's a great diving stop by the second baseman. He'll fire over to first. He dropped the ball, and that'll end up being a RBI at least for Gunnar Hodgel on the ground out itself. It's going to go down as an error for the Tigers, but it'll go down as an E3. It was a great play by him, but the second baseman Kennedy. He dove and stopped it, threw it really from his knees, but not being able to hold on to it was the first baseman King, and the Buffaloes are on the scoreboard. So that's an RBI, but reaching over to first was Gunnar Hodgel on the strike, and that is what I'm talking about when adjusting. It's the first pitch to Clark, showed bunt, pulled back, called strike 1. Gunnar Hodgel in that at-bat adjusted. He saw that Roberts kept on firing to the outside part of the zone. He let the ball travel, let his bat lag, and then took it the other way. And he hit it hard, but it was a great play made by Kennedy that took away a base hit from Hodgel. So runners at first and second, still nobody out. As Clark can't get the bunt down on the fastball that was about letter high, it's fouled back into the netting, and the count is 0-2.
You said that pitcher likes to live, in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he just foreclosed on it.
It's still a great play made by Kennedy. And the Buffaloes are lucky they have a stroke of luck there to be able to still have nobody out here. Clark trying to battle up now with the count 0-2. Big lead by Lowerman. The pitch misses low and outside, ball 1. This will go down on the scoreboard, but the bad news, I guess, if you're a scoreboard watcher or stats watcher, I'll tell you after this next pitch. 1-2 to Clark. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That brings up the top of the order. Bad news for Gunnar Hodgel and for the McAllister team, if you're a stat watcher. That won't go down as a base hit with runners in scoring position, so they're still over.
Because of that
error?
Yeah,
because of the error. So they're still over.
That is something I have noticed that's kind of crazy to me is like you could have tons of hits, but if they get tons of errors, you can
still lose the game.
On stats, you have no hits.
As again, a huge lead by Lauerman over at second base, having to step off as Roberts. Buffaloes have been picked off once already today. It happened in the last inning. McAlester is down 2-1, tying run in scoring position for the top of the order in Aiden Shumway. 1 for 2 so far. They'll pick off and throw over to second. This one gets into the outfield. Lauerman is going to take third. Trying to take second is Hodgel. They'll throw to the second base bag, sliding in safely. And now runners at second and third, as that's the third error of the day for the Pryor Tigers. And now we're going to be having another mound visit. We'll take a break and be right back here on KNED.
Angel's Diner Steakhouse and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner Steakhouse and Pub, 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
So the Buffaloes have runners at second and third and only one down. The tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second. And technically, McAlester is still over with runners in scoring position, and Aiden Shumway trying to give his team the lead. First pitch, outside corner, strike one. I don't know. I really don't think Roberts has gone inside corner to any of the McAlester batters yet. He is, but why should you? And until McAlester can change it up and get that hit, live there. This one swung on and missed on the ball down the turf. Lauerman thought about coming home, but then Shumway said, hey, hold on. The ball barely went away from the catcher Mallory, and the count's now 0-2. So that's a great pitch selection there by Roberts, too, to go from outside corner, low outside corner, keep on hitting that spot, then to spike one in the dirt with the curveball. Might have even been a changeup. That's a great pitch selection there. Shumway was expecting outside fastball again, just got fooled. The 0-2. And this time went back to the same pitch. And on an 0-2 pitch, that's a really good pitch. But Shumway holds off, and the count's now 1-2, and also assisted there by Mallory, keeping the ball in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, fastball, fouling it off of Shumway, staying alive, the count at 1-2. Shumway's at 12 RBIs. Again, he leads the team in a lot of stats, but the one stat that he doesn't lead in is 12 RBIs. But still, 500 batting average with runners and scoring coming into today's game. Has a chance to increase that. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that is a balk. So Shumway would have swung and missed for strike 3, but they call a balk. The field umpire calls a balk, and that brings in the tying run. Lauerman comes to the plate. And from second over to third is Gunnar Hodgel. What they called the balk on is because they say that Roberts lifted his leg, brought it back down, and then brought his leg back up again, and then brought it back to the plate. Head coach Gerald Osborne arguing his case of why that shouldn't be a balk. And he's yelling that it's not a balk.
So,
don't ask me what's a balk.
No. We are at 1 out.
We are still at 1 out. The strikeout is erased because of the balk, so the count's still at 1-2.
Go to first.
No.
Okay.
And they're still yelling at it.
I know I'm
we can hear it here from underneath our press box. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Shumway. Shumway swings and misses for strike 3. Shumway needs to be taken off for first. Sliding in home is Hodgel. Shumway still needs to go over to first. They haven't called him out. They're trying to tag out Hodgel, and Shumway is safe at first. Are you kidding me? It was a swing and a miss for strike 3 that got out of the glove of the catcher Mallory. Hodgel crashed home to score. They're saying tag him, so the catcher or the pitcher, whoever had the ball there, I was still yelling at Shumway in my mind myself. They were thinking, okay, tag the runner. And so they tagged the runner instead of Shumway, who takes first on a strike 3. That is wild. You learn something, you see something new every day, and this has been a weird last 2 at-bats, last 2 pitches really is. There's ball 1 to Caden Lutz now. You see something new every day. That is absolutely crazy. First pitch to Caden Lutz now misses low and outside for ball 2. So, again, it was, just to recap, a dropped strike 3, which means that you can take off at first. Shumway started at first to make his way back to the dugout, but just barely left the box. Coming home was Hodgel. Hodgel scores. He just hung around the home plate area for a while, as this one's popped up and out of play by Les now. Counts now at 2-1. And I'm looking over at Coach Meadows, and he's yelling at Shumway, run this way. And then for Pryor, they're yelling at their catcher and pitcher, saying, tag him. And they got confused and tagged the runner that already scored. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. In all this craziness, McAlester takes the lead. They're up 3-2, still without having a base hit with runners and scoring.
And now a new energy has entered the dugout over there.
In a weird way. 2-2 is flung on with the back pick over to first. Back in safely is Shumway, but that is out number 2 on a strikeout of less now, and it brings up Gandon Mullins, who has seen 8 pitches, and all of them have been balls.
You know, the Buffs in the dugout, they were a little quiet at the beginning of the game, you know, kind of being a little conservative, and now they're just over there like, yeah.
They still have struggled up at the plate, though. 8 strikeouts. First pitch to Mullins. He swings and misses for strike 1. Looked like on the off speed there from Roberts. But the Buffaloes do lead. Hey, with McAlester again struggling the last few games, I don't think they care how they take the lead. They just want to take the lead. I wouldn't care either.
You know what? Cheat. No, I'm kidding.
Count is 0-1. We still haven't even really talked about the balk that happened right before that pitch.
That one was slightly confusing because I thought he was out. I didn't realize he had balked.
Oh, here. So, home plate umpire called time to tell the pitcher wait for him to step into the box. Is taken off for second now on the called strike 2. Sliding in safely over at second base with the stolen base is Aiden Shumway. The count's now 0-2 on Gandon Mullins with 2 down and a runner in scoring position for the Buffaloes. Boy, this has been a weird last 5 minutes. The next pitch. Fastball dices him up. Got him at the knees for strike 3, and that's McAllister's 9th strikeout offensively of the game. But they do take the lead in just the weirdest inning that I've seen this year. 3-2, McAlester takes the lead in the bottom of the 4th. We head to the top of the 5th here on K.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We head to the top of the 5th inning where the McAlester Buffaloes are leading 3-2 over the Pryor Tigers. We had the Coweta Tigers on Monday and Tuesday. Coming up to the plate for Pryor is going to be Clinton Stoller, Brock Ward, and Carter Sloan. I take that back. It's actually going to be Ryder King. I'm a little too far ahead. So Ryder King, Clinton Stoller, and Brock Ward. As Ryder King so far is 0 for 2. First pitch to King. Pops this one up and out of play for strike 1. So McAlester took the lead in the bottom of the 4th inning in just the weirdest of ways. First off, it started off with a double down to the third base line. Lauerman worked a walk. As here's the 0-1 pitch. This one misses down the turf by Harmon. 1 ball, 1 strike. We have some activity in the McAlester bullpen now. It looks like Jordan Clark going there to warm up. But then Gunnar Hodgel hit a hard ground ball to the right side. That was almost a great play made by Kennedy, but couldn't complete the play. I think there was a drop over at first base for an error that brought in a run. So 1-1 fills the zone for strike two. And went strikeout, looked like they got a second strikeout. But first off, a run scored on a balk, which Pryor argued wasn't a balk. And again, I mean, if you looked at Nestor Cortez, here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball down the first base line. It'll be fielded by Mullins. He'll flip over to Harmon covering, and he'll make the catch and tag the bag for out number one. I think I heard a fan say, yes, teamwork. That brings up to the plate now Clinton Stoller.
Number 15.
Stoller has walked twice, one down in the top of the fifth inning. McAlester leading 3-2, nobody on.
I just want to start hearing fans be like NPCs in video games. Sports.
First pitch to Stoller, misses down low for ball one. But again, a balk. Again, if you've ever watched Nestor Cortez pitch, I mean, he's done weird stuff like that before, and he's never been called a balk for that. What happened with Roberts and why they called the balk, so here's the windup in the 1-0 pitch from Harmon. Swung on and missed for strike one. He lifted his leg, brought it back down like he was going to go towards the plate, and then brought it back up, still in the same motion, and then brought it back down. Got a strikeout out of it, but threw off the timing of Shumway there. But then after that, it was called a balk. It's the 1-1 misses up for ball two. Roberts was adamant it wasn't a balk, so was Coach Osborne. And if you ask me what my opinion is on it, this is what I'll say. I'll wait after the 2-1 pitch. Curveball is going to be fouled straight back into the backstop for strike two. I don't know what a balk is, and I probably will never know what a balk is. And I just know that I'm going to look up the definition for it. But
you don't know what a balk is? You've been playing baseball.
Major League Baseball umpires truly don't know what a balk is.
One of those weird, like, almost undefined things?
Yeah, the 2-2 is fouled off, and the count stays at now 2 balls and 2 strikes. I saw a tweet once that said, my dad umpired collegiate baseball for like 15 years. And then I asked him, hey, Dad, what is a balk? And he said, I have umped for 15 years at the D1 collegiate level. I still don't know.
He would just call it sometimes.
The 2-2, hard hit ground ball, and it'll split the left side of the infield, and it'll get into the outfield into Lauerman's glove. It's a 1-out single for Clinton Stoller, and it brings up Brock Ward.
So if a balk is one of those like almost undefined things where you don't quite know, it's kind of like a touchdown in football?
No, a touchdown is very adamant on what. But I guess NFL doesn't really know what a catch is, though, which shouldn't be too hard. But we make it hard.
Or like a foul in basketball.
That's a little bit closer. Runner at first, one down. Buffalo's leading 3-2, tying run on the base paths. Harmon waits. First pitch with the slide step. Can't catch the letters, ball one. Ward again is again 0 for 2. He's flown out to the catcher and struck out swinging. Again, I'm looking at the balk definition just to tell you what it is. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball, chance for a double play. Les now flips to Stinchcomb for one, over to first, and they got him! Double play! 6-4-3 double play. 2 for the price of 1. Ends the top half of the fifth, and we head to the bottom half of the fifth. I'll tell you again the much anticipated definition of a balk coming up when we return on K.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Graduation is only a month away.
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at FentonNissan.com.
So we head to the home half of the fifth. The McAlester Buffaloes lead the Pryor Tigers 3-2. Tigers have gotten their 2 runs on 2 Base hits with runners in scoring position now. I was mentioning it in the previous half inning before we had the 6-4-3 double play. McAlester got their 3 runs in the weirdest possible combination in 1 inning. Again, it was a error that led to a run on a balk, and then a run on a drop third strike. First pitch to Braden Phillips. Fastball misses high for ball 1. So I was mentioning in the previous half inning too, a balk, this is what the definition is. A pitcher can commit, in baseball, a pitcher can commit, so the next one misses down low for ball 2, can commit illegal motions or actions that constitute a balk. Most of these violations involve pitchers pretending to pitch when they have no intention of doing so. In games played under the official baseball rules, the next pitch misses low for ball 3. In games played under the official baseball rules that govern professional play in the United States and Canada, a balk results in a dead ball or delayed dead ball. It's still not telling me what it actually is, as this next pitch misses inside, and Braden Phillips will draw a 4-pitch walk to start off the bottom of the 5th inning. Brings up Spencer Stinchcomb, who's over 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Now batting for the Bucks, number 1.
So, a pitcher is restricted to a certain set of motions and one of 2 basic pitching positions before and during a pitch. Here's a bunt by Stinchcomb. Another good one down the first base line. They'll have to flip over to first, and they do so in time, but it is a good sack bunt by Spencer Stinchcomb. About a step and a half away from having an infield single on it. But he moves the runner over into scoring position for Ethan Watkins, who is 1 for 1 with a double. Watkins has also walked. Okay, so we've officially gotten to the part, I don't know why this isn't, right there when you look up balk definitions. But it's kind of buried. It says, it is a balk when the pitcher switches pitching position from the windup to the set or vice versa without properly disengaging the rubber. While on the rubber, makes a motion associated with the pitch and does not complete the delivery. First pitch to Watkins, pops it straight up in the air, going towards the McAlester dugout. Going to be a tough catch if they have a chance at one, and it won't be a catch. Goes behind the McAlester dugout. The count's 0-1 on Watkins. I mean, I can't read this entire thing. I'm showing it to Oscar right now.
Much.
There is so much that constitutes a balk.
That's why people don't.
That's why people don't understand it, is because baseball has never.
It's not a really defined term for something. It's
Baseball's
not one thing.
And it's,
very fluid.
As the 0-1 catches the outside corner for strike 2 now to Watkins. And almost getting close now to 2 centuries of play, we still don't know what a balk is.
They should get a committee on that.
I'm done talking about that word, though. Counts 0-2 on Watkins, and he swings and misses for strike 3 on the curveball. That is another strikeout to the Buffalo offense, and that's out number 2, and it brings up Jackson Lowerman, who's 1 for 1 with a bunt, single, and a walk. That's the 10th strikeout today by the Buffaloes. And what I think is I'm looking at Gavin Roberts' pitch. I feel like he's getting better as the game's kind of going along, though. First pitch, fastball right at the knee, strike 1. I feel like he's pumping it harder than he was earlier. His zone is better. He's hitting the outside corner better than he has in the first 4 innings. The 0-1. He swings and misses on a curveball, and the count is now 0-2, and he's another pitch away from maybe getting another 3-pitch strikeout. He's already struck out 4 batters this time through the lineup, which is McAllister's 3rd time through. And Lauerman will call time. Count 0-2 with Phillips over at second base. Got over there on a sac bunt from Spencer Stinchcomb. And here's the pitch. And they ring him up on the high fastball. Rather, that looked like an off-speed. Rung him up, and that'll be strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts. McAllister struck out 11 times. So that's 11. They struck out 11 times, reached first on one of them, but 10 out of their 15 recorded outs have been strikeouts today. But they still maintain the lead going to the top of the 6th inning. It's 3-2. McAllister leads by 1 here on K.
Hi, Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front-end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
We now head to the top of the 6th inning. The Pryor Tigers trailed the McAlester Buffaloes 3-2 as Max Harmon's pitched a pretty good game today. He's going in for his 6th inning of work, and he's facing the bottom of the order. Carter Sloan, Carson Kennedy, and Trenton Mallory up for the Tigers. First pitch of the 6th is missing down low for ball 1. Now, I don't know if Harmon has enough pitches to be able to kind of get himself through the game, unless he can get some quick outs. So here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses down low for ball 2. For Harmon, I believe that was pitch number 100, and it was. He's got 20 more pitches he can work with here. Saw a couple of guys going down to the bullpen to warm up for McAlester. It's the 2-0 now from Harmon. This one right at the knees, and that'll be strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Carter Sloan, who has walked and grounded out to the second baseman. I mentioned earlier how Gavin Roberts has been getting better as the game has gone along. This is the 2-1 from Harmon. It's going to be a ground ball left side. Diving attempt as this one gets into the outfield. And it'll be another base hit here for the Tigers. Well, I'm not going to finish that statement. I was going to say Harmon has been doing kind of the same. That's only the 6th hit here for the Tigers. But in terms of filling the zone, he had, I think it was 5 or 6 walks the first 2 times to the order, and he's been able to pinpoint his location since the walk to, that was Stoller, and he's the 5-hole batter the second time through the order. We're nearing the end of the 3rd time through for the Tigers. Brings up Carson Kennedy, who's 1 for 2 with the runner at first. That runner is Foster, who's courtesy running. Actually, he is, yeah. He's pinch running. Pinch running for Carter Sloan here. Brings up Carson Kennedy, shows bunt, gets it down, straight to Harmon. Looks at second, fires that way, gets the lead runner, and that will be the out. Great look by Max Harmon to be able to get the lead runner, and that will not go down as a sack bunt. Instead, it's a fielder's choice. Again, it was too hard hit by Kennedy, went straight back to Harmon. He knew he had time, looked back over at second, and fired over to his shortstop, Caden Luss, now to get the out.
Now into the game for Pryor, number 6, Jordan.
And now we have a pinch hitter, Jordan Neighbors. Hitting for Trenton Mallory out of the 9-hole. Would expect Mallory to more than likely come back and substitute himself back into the game, I believe. Runner at first, 1 down. First pitch. Fastball missing too high, ball 1. Actually, Jordan Mavers, not Neighbors, Mavers. So lefty here for the Tigers. One-0, runner takes off for second. The pitch is high. The throw down to second by Phillips is in time. They got him. The strike from Braden Phillips to Caden Luss now gets the out. And that is out number 2. It was a good jump by Kennedy, but Phillips was ready. Out number 2. Bases are clear. 2 balls, no strikes to Mavers. Next pitch misses high. It's ball 3. Top of the order is lurking on deck. Talked about quick outs. I mean, Harmon still's got to work pretty efficiently over the next 4 outs. And it won't start with the walk, though. It's a 4-pitch walk to Mavers. And it brings up Sergio Benuelos. Top of the order now up for the Tigers. There are 2 RBI singles have been from the 1- and 2-hole batters. Now let's pitch 108 from Harmon. We do have a pinch runner in now. And that's number 26. That's Crawford. Benuelos so far today 1 for 3, but again, he's hit the ball hard pretty much each time. The one line out that he had was actually probably the softest hit that he's had so far today. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Be interesting to see who McAlester rolls with here out of the pen. Again, Jordan Clark was the first person to warm up, but I believe I saw Aiden Shumway make his way to the bullpen as well. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at first with a good lead. And the pitch, right down the middle, strike 1. Would not be surprised to see Crawford take off. Wouldn't be surprised to see Harmon pick off with this next attempt. Counts even at 1-1. Does not do it. Runner does not take off. The pitch just a little bit below the bottom of the zone. Count goes to 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Tying run at first, 2 down, top of the 6th inning. McAlester leading 3-2. Pick off over to first. This one's not in time. Tigers have already been thrown out once so far this inning. Still a really good lead over at first by Crawford. 2-1, stays put. Pitch misses low, ball 3. May not have to steal. Walk would put him into scoring position. That's pitch number 112 for Max Harmon. 3-1. Fouls it straight back, and the count's now full at 3-2. Runner at first will be taken off with the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wind blowing slightly out to left field. Clouds kind of getting darker as the sun's starting to set more beyond the clouds. Here's pitch 114. Line drive left field to Lauerman, straight to him for out number 3. Buffaloes get the out on a solidly hit ball by Sergio Benuelos that went straight to Jackson Lauerman in the left field for the out to keep the Pryors at bay. McAlester still leads 3-2 as we head to the home half of the 6th. Well, the new pitcher for the Tigers when we return here on K.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Okay!
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
We have our first call at the bullpen as the McAlester Buffaloes trying to get some insurance runs in the home half of the sixth, lead 3-2. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They have been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. New pitcher for the Pryor Tigers is Clinton Stoller, not the Pryors. I know I called them the Pryors on accident. I got kind of into it at the catch by Jackson Lauerman. But yes, for the Pryor Tigers, Clinton Stoller now pitching for Pryor. It brings up Gunnar Hodgel, 8-9-1 batters up for the McAlester Buffaloes. I don't know if any of the runs scored or actually earned runs against Gavin Roberts. Here's the first pitch to Gunnar Hodgel, and the first pitch of the day from Stoller is too high for ball one. He ends his day with 11 strikeouts. He was just dicing up McAlester batters, really just living on the outside part of the zone. 1-0 pitch. That one misses high to Hodgel. The count's now 2-0. He ended up walking 5 batters, but he, like I said, struck out 11. 2-0. This is way outside. The count's now at 3 balls, no strikes to Gunnar Hodgel, who is 0 for 2 with an RBI, though. Counts 3-0. We'll see if he has the green light and the pitch. And he doesn't. It's a 4-pitch walk out of the gate to Gunnar Hodgel to bring up Jordan Clark. Clark 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The Buffaloes looking to expand their lead to give themselves some breathing room, some runs to work with when they come up in the top of the 7th. Tigers are going to be down to their final 3 outs. Top of the order is on the way here for the Buffaloes. First pitch, showed bunt, pulled back as it got in and out of the glove of the catcher Mallory and went behind him. So now getting over to second base without the bunt is Clark. As Hodgel gets into scoring position for him, we'll see if the bunt is still on here for Clark. Buffaloes have had 1 bunt single today. They've also laid down a sack bunt. That was Spencer Stinchcomb. 1-0, just show bunt. Can't get it down, though. It's fouled back into the netting. Count even at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, the count. And Clinton Stoller now on the mound. He was the DH for the Tigers. We'll look around at some defensive changes again for Pryor. He was the DH, now comes into pitch. What he does is pretty much just inserts himself for Colby McClelland as the next pitch, fastball outside corner as he pulled back. That'll be strike 2. So it moved Roberts from the mound over to short. From short to third was Benuelos. McClelland out of the game, and Stoller just will now play defense for himself on the lineup card as he's pitching. The 1-2. Fastball misses outside. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 McAlester lead. They have a runner at second with nobody out. 2-2 pitch. Pops this one up, but out of play. It'll land on top of the Hughes Fieldhouse. I think someone went ahead and took some of the baseballs off of the Hughes Fieldhouse. No, I see a tennis ball there. There's only 1 tennis ball up there. Someone had to clear him out. Here's the 2-2 to Clark. Taking off for third, and this is going to be a hit by pitch. Hodgel's going to have to come back over to second base. But it'll be a hit by pitch to Jordan Clark on a 2-2 pitch. We're now runners at first and second with nobody out. Aiden Shumway is 1 for 3 on the day. We'll see if he has a bunt on here. Shumway has laid down 3 sack bunts on the season, which leads the team there too. So first and second, Hodgel at second, Clark at first. Nobody out. 3-2 McAlester lead. First pitch, Shumway shows bunt, pulls back as it missed high for ball 1. Starting to get some of those gusts over to left field. Buffalo's dugout trying to get loud. 1-0, runners take off. The pitch is a called strike. The throw down to third is not in time. Sliding in safely with a great jump is Gunnar Hodgel. Right behind him, Jordan Clark to second base. And the count's now even at 1-1. And now we're going to have, looks like, I believe that's Coach Osborne there for the Tigers. He's talking with the home plate umpire. Scoreboard showing the count at 1-1. It was a called strike, I believe. I don't know what home plate umpire disagrees with what Coach Osborne was trying to bring up to the attention of the home plate umpire. I think that was a called strike. I think that's what he signaled was called strike. Count would be even on Shumway at 1-1 strike. Okay, Buffalo still looking for that first hit with runners in scoring position. They still have that lead 3-2 without it. Here's the 1-1. Line drive, but well foul. Over towards the parking lot, and the count is at 1-2. Really, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say my old saying, the sea of concrete.
Really, the problem for McAlester today has been strikeouts with runners in scoring position. One and two, the count to Aiden Shumway. Hodgel at third, Clark at second. Corner infielders in on the grass. Middle infield kind of playing in two. The 1-2. And they ring him up. That's another strike three call. That's the 12th strikeout from the Buffalo offense today. That brings up Caden Luss now. Really, McAlester has not been able to adjust to the outside strike.
Number 2, Caden.
Caden Luss now is 0 for 3, riding a 4-game hit streak, trying to get that base hit. Be a good time to do so with runners at second and third. First pitch. And here's a line drive, deep left field, going towards the wall. It one-hops off the wall. It's going to score 2 easy. Getting into the second base with a 2 RBI double is Caden Luss now. And McAlester has a 3-run advantage in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch that he saw, his 8th first pitch hit of the season, to the left field wall. And it brings up Gandon Mullins. Biggest hit of the day by far by the Buffaloes today. And he gives him a 5-2 advantage for Mullins, who's 0 for 1. He's walked twice and struck out looking. First pitch. He drives this one over to right field. Coming in is the right fielder. Making the catch is Ward. A nice piece by Mullins, but having to run about 10 feet was Ward. Good beat on the ball, too. And that'll be out number 2. It brings up Braden Phillips. Phillips is 1 for 2. He has struck out looking, singled, and walked. Runner at second, 2 down. Les now takes off for third. The pitch is down in the turf and gets just outside the glove of Mallory. There's a stolen base for Les now. 1 ball, no strikes. Phillips trying to drive in fellow senior Les now. Stoller working out the stretch with the runner at third. And the 1-0. And this is going to be a foul ball. Or did it hit him? So the home plate umpire, he's going to actually consult to his field umpire. It's either going to be a foul ball or it's going to be a hit by pitch. And they're going to call it a foul ball. So it counts 1-1. I thought I heard the ping of the bat. It counts even at 1-1. The Auto and Drink Coffee podcast are replying saying, "Go Caden, hashtag Clutch City." Thank you for tuning in. As now Coach Osborne is speaking with the field umpire. That was a called strike, though. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's in this. I don't know what he's arguing about here. I thought the call worked in favor of him because, like I said, it's either a hit by pitch or it's going to be a foul ball back into the glove of the catcher, Mallory. And it looked like it hit the butt of the bat. It sounded like it hit the butt of the bat based on what I heard in real time. And I thought that would be no different than if you swung and the ball was tipped back into the glove of the catcher. Count's even at 1-1. Again, we're not ESPN. We don't have every coach mic'd up. So we really don't know what's said. We can try to attempt to understand, but we have no clue. 1-1 pitch to Phillips. Misses up high for ball 2. And that goes to any coach. Just have no idea. I mean, we can get a kind of an understanding. But that's about all we have. 2-1. On the curveball, trying to wait on it was Phillips, and neither swung out of his helmet. Count's now even at 2-2. Phillips says he got me that time, kind of nods up and down. See if he can adjust with the count 2-2 and a runner at third. The pitch. And he does adjust. It's a line drive to center field. Great beat on the ball, though, as the center fielder Hurst. And that's 2 really good plays by the outfield. The Ward had a great jump on the line drive to right field, and Hurst did as well on the drive to center. But the Buffaloes with a clutch 2 RBI double by Caden Luss now puts McAlester up by 3, and Aiden Shumway will come in for the save. 5-2 McAlester leads, top of the 7th. Here we come, here on K.
Graduation is only a month away.
And Fenton Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Coming in for the save is Aiden Shumway. He has had one so far this year. That was against Broken Bow. He's looking for save number 2. McAlester leading 5-2 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They have been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. Shumway has a 1-1 record on the mound so far this year. He has that one save that we mentioned. 18 2/3 innings pitched, 4.50 ERA, has struck out 20, walked 13, a .222 batting average against the southpaw, McAllister's only left-handed pitcher in their rotation. He will be facing the heart of the Pryor Tigers order, Gavin Roberts, Riley Hurst, and Ryder King. If it wasn't for a 2 RBI double by Caden Luss now, this would be a much more tense situation. But due to the 2 RBI double by Luss now, it has given them a little bit of breathing room. Still a save situation with the score 5-2. Harmon right now is in line for the win. That would be his 3rd win if the Buffaloes can finish out this top of the 7th, as field umpire came over to Shumway and said, you got to take the tape off your left wrist. So he takes that off. Let's look at our defensive changes as we have now in right field Jordan Clark. From right field to the mound, Aiden Shumway. And Harmon to the dugout, pitching just below 120 pitches on the game. Went 6 innings strong. The windup in the first pitch to Gavin Roberts. Curveball, low outside corner, clipped that corner, strike 1. Roberts didn't like the call, was asking the home plate umpire where it landed. He said, he wasn't asking, he said, was it the outside corner? He said yes, and that moves us to the 0-1. So it'll be fouled off, and that'll be strike 2. Roberts has one of the 2 base hit RBIs for the Tigers today. He is 1 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and his last hit was that RBI single. Shumway ahead in the count 0-2. trying to get his signs back, and time will be called by Roberts. Roberts was the pitcher, moved to shortstop in the 6th inning. Shumway likes what he sees. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball, line drive, straight to Gunnar Hodgel, who makes the catch for out number 1. Line drive off the screws by Roberts, straight to Hodgel. And that brings up Riley Hurst with 1 down in the top of the 7th. 5-2 McAlester advantage. Hurst is 1 for 2. He's walked, doubled, and grounded out to the second baseman, but each time he's made contact with the ball, he's hit it hard. Wind up in the first pitch to him. Goes inside corner. I think if that's caught, that's a called strike, but just in and out of the glove there. Phillips, 1 ball, no strikes. Haven't seen either pitcher, Harmon nor Roberts nor Stoller, really go to the inside part of the zone a lot today. They've been trying to keep it outside with the wind blowing out the way that it is to left field. So here's the 1-0 pitch. This one misses high for ball 2. Yeah, if you leave it inside, even if you kind of pop it up, and the wind has died down significantly here, but earlier today, you got it into the stratosphere, and a little bit of carry could have left the yard. 2-0 right down the middle, though, and that's now 2 balls, 1 strike to Riley Hurst. It's really hard to pull an outside pitch for a home run at the high school level. 2-1 from Shumway. Line drive, and it will get into the outfield turf, as that's another hard hit ball by the Tigers and a hard hit ball by Riley Hurst. He's now 2 for 3 on the day, and it brings up Ryder King. King, the cleanup hitter. He is 0 for 3 so far today. He's popped into an infield fly. He's flown out to center field and grounded out to the first baseman. The tying run is represented by the man on deck right now, which is coincidentally the new pitcher, Clinton Stoller, who's 1 for 1. That was the 7th hit of the day for the Pryor Tigers. First pitch in the turf, ball 1. Tigers need base runners. Buffaloes need to really focus on the batter. Count 1-0. Shumway looks a couple of times at first, slide steps in the pitch, misses high, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Gannon says something over to his pitcher, Shumway. Goes back to holding on the runner. Count 2-0. All the way back in the box is King. 2-0 pitch. Misses low and inside on the off speed. Count goes to 3-0 now on Ryder King. And the reason why it's important not to get this guy on base is because the tying run will be up at the plate. And we mentioned the wind. If you could get a gust at any point, easier opportunity to drive the ball out to maybe tie the game. 3-0. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Ryder King. Tying run up at the plate now for the Tigers. Stoller has walked twice and singled. So Buffalo's leading 5-2 at the top of the 7th inning, trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Pryor Tigers are trying to do the same thing. First pitch from Shumway. And misses the letters, ball 1. That's 5 consecutive balls here from Aiden Shumway. Righty on lefty matchup. Stoller the righty, Shumway the lefty for those on radio. 1-0. And does not get the upper part of the zone. That's ball 2, and Meadows is going to come speak with Aiden Shumway immediately. We'll have a timeout. We'll be back. Again, runners at first and second. Buffalo's leading 5-2. But 6 straight balls from Aiden Shumway is making things kind of interesting. Tying run up at the plate with 1 down here on KNED.
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare. Your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
So Coach Meadows spoke with Aiden Shumway for a little bit. Phillips took a little bit longer, said a little bit more to his fellow senior, and then he'll make his way back behind home plate. Count is 2-0 on Clinton Stoller. Runners at first and second. McAlester leading 5-2, so if you can do the math, Stoller represents the tying run. Top of the 7th inning. 2-0 pitch. Inside corner, gets the strike call on the inside for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 1 the count. Buffaloes have already had 1 double play ball today, and that was from Brock Ward, who was on deck. And time is called by Stoller as soon as Shumway comes set. Baseball is a lot about mind games. McAllister's done it a little bit to Gavin Roberts earlier today. Now Stoller doing it to Shumway. 2-1 pitch. High hit, fly ball, deep left field. Jackson Lauerman going back, making the catch just in front of the warning track. Exhale, Buff Nation. That is out number 2. And the Tigers down to their final out. And it's Brock Ward so far today, 0 for 3. Has popped out to the catcher, struck out swinging, and grounded into a double play. 5-2, McAlester leads. Tying run still at the plate for the Tigers, and they've hit the ball hard so far off of Shumway in the 7th. And time is called right just about as Shumway was going to start his leg lift. And this game is important just to end the losing streak for both the teams to try to build some confidence and momentum going into next week. First pitch. Fastball missing up high. Having to lean back with it was Ward for ball 1. Carter Sloan, who's on deck, has already had a single today. Carson Kennedy, who's in the hole, has already had a single. 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Went with the off speed on the 1-0 pitch. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind does benefit the right-handed batter, but it's still not blowing out as hard as we've seen the last couple of weeks. Doesn't mean it won't help the batter, though, if he gets into the air. 1-1 from Shumway. Curveball nearly got the inside corner, doesn't get the call. 2 balls, 1 strike. Just a little bit too far inside. Trying to lay back on it was Ward, and he just let it go. Here's the 2-1 now from Shumway. And it's a late strike call on the upper outside part of the zone. Counts even at 2-2. And Coach Osborne asks where it caught, I believe. Now the count's at 2-2. Buffalo's trying to finish it off. Shumway looks at second. The 2-2 pitch. Oh, it's a balk. Yep, he turned his shoulders. It's a balk first, and it was a great pitch, too, by Shumway. He turned his shoulders and looked back over to the second base bag. And you can't turn your shoulders like that. So now runners at second and third with the count still 2-2. And 2 down, top of the 7th.
Come on, Shumway. Let him get you. Come on.
Shumway comes set. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. The McAlester Buffaloes win it 5-2 as Aiden Shumway comes in, closes the door. Had your heart pounding a little bit there late, but McAlester improves to 19-13 with the win over the Pryor Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo fans far and wide, grab that brush and paint that win column black and gold. McAlester with a little bit of help. It wasn't pretty at times, but they dug down deep. They got the win, and maybe this will culminate into some more wins, especially going on into next week when McAlester goes to the 5A3 champion, the Collinsville Cardinals, for a trip on the line to state next week. Again, they still have a couple of games in between, but this is a good step in the right direction, especially how McAlester played in the final 3 frames offensively. So again, final score, 5-2, McAlester wins. As the final time here today, 8 o'clock, this game lasted about an hour. What do we have here? 2 hours and 13 minutes was our time on the dot of game time. So again, McAlester wins 5-2. Win goes to Max Harmon. Save goes to Aiden Shumway. We'll take a break and recap it all when we come back here on KNED.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front-end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from St. Walters Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at St. Walters Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Graduation is only a month away.
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at FentonNissan.com.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. The McAlester Buffaloes, they had a bad taste in their mouth after the district series against the Coweta Tigers. They knew that they kind of let a chance slip up a little bit after that game on Tuesday, but they bounced back and they won 5-2 over the Pryor Tigers. Again, at times it didn't look pretty. McAlester struck out too many times. That's one thing they did today. McAlester at first, a lot of free passes at first, but they had some bad base running at times. I mean, at times it did not look pretty, but a wise man once told me, I'll take an ugly loss over a pretty, I'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day. That's what I heard. I'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day, and the Buffaloes had that. Now, they did do a little bit better in the final 3 innings. This is what they did. I mean, McAlester had 15, if you look at the last 2 district series, 2 games against the Sepulpa Chieftains and 2 games against the Coweta Tigers, they had 15 errors in those 4 games. McAlester played a clean game today. No errors by the Buffalo defense. There were 3 errors by the Pryor Tigers, and McAlester used all of them to score. I mean, all 3 errors came in 1 inning by the Pryor Tigers, and that's where they had their 3 runs. So there were some weird things that happened that led to McAlester getting those runs. One of them, was a hard-hit ground ball by Hodgel. Would have scored a run anyway. He did reach on an error. Hodgel would come around later on to score to give McAlester the lead on a drop third strike. So, like I said, McAlester struck out too many times today. They struck out in their first 5 innings. They were at 11 strikeouts. They struck out one more time in the 6th. But Caden Lussnow came up clutch. I mean, 2 runners on, needed a double, or didn't even need a double, needed a base hit to kind of give McAlester a little bit of breathing room, and that's what they had. They had a 2 RBI double from Caden Lussnow. Clutch City is right. I don't drink coffee podcast, as he one-hopped it to the left field wall, and it gave McAlester a 5-2 advantage, and that was enough breathing room to really not worry too much in the 7th. I mean, you started to get kind of concerned because they had the tying run up at the plate, but still, it would have been a lot more worrisome if it was a one-run game and you're looking at runners at second and third with 2 down. So it was a good win by McAlester. Their best win in a while. Again, Pryor is the number 2 team in 5A3. Now, they have struggled here as of late, too, but they're number 2 for a reason. They were undefeated in district play until they took on the Collinsville Cardinals, which is year in and year out, they're a hard team to beat. So I think Pryor is still a great team. And again, they were quarterfinalists from last year. And the team that they lost to in extra innings by 1, lost to the state champion by 1. I mean, this Pryor Tigers team, I feel like, could easily make it to the state tournament. They're going to be there with Coweta, Will Rogers, Dell City next week. McAlester, they're going to be with Collinsville, Grove, and Tulsa Memorial. But for McAlester, this is a good step in the right direction. It boosts your confidence a little bit. It gives you a little bit of momentum. Even though it didn't look great at times earlier, you dug it out. You got to win. You got your 19th win of the year, and it's something to build off of going into senior night tomorrow against Oklahoma. That's really my only post-game analysis for you. All that's left is your post-game stats. That's brought to you by Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Chakota Wholesale Feed Company in Chakota for your spring feeding program needs. We'll start off with the Tigers. They dropped to 21-12 on the year. The shortstop, Sergio Banuelos, he went 1 for 4 with an RBI single. That put the Tigers in the lead at first. Gavin Roberts went 1 for 3 with an RBI single. That extended the lead to 2-0 at the time in I believe it was the top of the 4th inning. Riley Hurst went 2 for 3 with a double and a single. Ryder King went 0 for 3 with a walk. Clinton Stoller had 2 walks. He also had a single and flew out to left to go 1 for 2. Brock Ward went 0 for 4. Carter Sloan went 1 for 2 with a walk. Carson Kennedy went 1 for 3 with a single in between a strikeout and a bunt. Trenton Mallory went 0 for 2, and Jordan Mavers went 0 for 0 with a walk as he came in to hit for Mallory at one point. The Tigers had 7 hits. I believe it was Gavin Roberts with 11 strikeouts. Clinton Stoller came in the 6th and added 1 more strikeout to that total. But yeah, a lot of strikeouts against McAlester. 11 out of their 18 outs were strikeouts. But again, McAlester reached on one of those strikeouts. So again, 11 strikeouts recorded as outs, but 12 total for the McAlester offense. There were 7 free passes given up by the Pryor Tigers. I think it was 6 walks and 1 hit by pitch, and there were 3 Pryor errors that McAlester took advantage on, all 3 of them. McAlester Buffaloes, they improved to 19-13 on the year, and no matter what, they will have a winning record in 2024. This win solidifies that. No matter what happens the rest of the way, McAlester will finish the 2024 season with a winning record. Aiden Shumway went 1 for 4 with a single in his first at-bat. Caden Lusnow went 1 for 4 with a 2 RBI double, which was the biggest hit of the game for the Buffaloes by far. Gandon Mullins walked twice. He also struck out and lined out to right field to go 0 for 2. Braden Phillips 1 for 3 on the day. Spencer Stinchcomb 0 for 2 with a sac bunt in there as well. Ethan Watkins went 1 for 2 with a double down the left field line. Jackson Lauerman went 1 for 2 with a bunt single and a walk. Gunnar Hodgel went 0 for 2 with a walk. He also had the RBI on a ground out, what would have been a ground out to second base, but he reached on an error on a drop over at first. And Jordan Clark went 0 for 2 and was hit by a pitch in his final plate appearance. McAlester had 5 hits. They struck out 5 batters on the pitching staff. Harmon struck out 4. Aiden Shumway struck out 1. There were 7 free passes given up by the Buffaloes as they had no errors today, played a clean game. And that will do it for us today. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors one final time: Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, The Bank & A, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angels Diner, T&W Tire, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto. Thank you all for putting us on the air, not just today, but all season long. And thank you to our board operator back at the KNDD studios, Mr. Wyatt Hubbard, as well as our camera operator today, Mr. Austin Wheat, back in the press box today. So, and thank you, the listener, for spending your Thursday night with us. And one final time from Mike Deak, Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. It was the McAlester Buffaloes 5 and the Pryor Tigers 2. Until tomorrow, when it's senior day against the Oklahoma Tigers, this is Brandon Green saying Buffaloes win. And don't just have a great